Before I start, I'd like to make an announcement. It is very likely that I'm going to stop It Takes a Village because I'm not sure how many people are reading it or listening to it along, so I just need people to complain and say, blah, 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 why won't you do It Takes a Village? Because it's just too long, and I want to start something else that's better, that's also long. So yeah, I'm going to read some of Chapter 9. I did it! Spike tore over to the edges of the everfree forest in the falling night. His wings flapped joyously every few moments as he soared upwards briefly, before bounding to the ground once more, his momentum never halting. I did it! I did it! Woohoo! He cried, launching himself skywards and beating his wings twice. Then, sweeping them back against his body to speed horizontally for a few moments, his feet hit the ground running. He threw back his head in delighted laughter. Hey, Razorfang! Razorfang, were you watching? He called in exhilaration. Did you see that? Did you see me? A snarl rumbled through the forest, echoing strangely. Trees rustled in their canopies, trembling, and birds flew out, calling mournfully as great heavy footsteps approached. Why would you do that? Not even such an intimidating entrance. Even an intimidating entrance could dampen Spike's spirits. He shifted excitedly from forefoot to forefoot, his wings half unfurled and quivering. The smell of smoke and fire grew closer, and the dragon's huge muzzle finally protruded from the trees, breaking off branches as it emerged. Spike didn't wait for Razorfang to speak. I did it! He said breathlessly. I flew! I saved some pony! I saw, Razorfang snapped. Spike threw out his chest, dizzy with pride. What'd you think? Razorfang gave him a look filled with detestation. I was trying to sleep, hatchling. Spike corrected, rolling his eyes. Don't do that! You're antagonizing him. Oh, God, Spike. Razorfang growled thunderously. The echoes took some time to dissipate. Spike's blood froze for a moment, but his excitement was too enormous to be squashed for long, and he began to bounce on the balls of his feet. Seriously, what'd you think? Wasn't it cool? I saved Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash said, you risked your life to save some pathetic mammal, Razorfang hissed. Spike blinked, and then his eyes narrowed. Yeah, I did. What do you care? Huge fangs gritted. I find it intolerable that a dragon should risk his life for one of those... Razorfang broke off, lip twisting in disgust. Spike jutted his chin forward stubbornly. You want to kill me? He reminded the great dragon. You keep saying you're gonna kill me. So what do you care what I do with my life? Razorfang reared up angrily, smoke billowing and flames flickering behind gritted teeth. Spike was given a sharp and chilling reminder of how mammoth the grown dragon truly was. And you will deserve it, hatchling, he bellowed. You deserve death and more for that miserable stunt. Spike tucked his chin back in, reeling back against the blast of hot air, one eye squinting closed. Then his brow furrowed and he pulled himself up. Now wait a minute, he said crossly. That was my pony. She was falling and I saved her. I protect what was mine, I rescued my friend, and I flew. I finally flew. What part of that makes me deserve to be barbecued? Razorfang panted through his nose, orange eyes slits of anger. You could never understand. Spike set his jaw. Explain it then. The great dragon landed back down on his forepaws, and the booms as they touched the forest floor were heard not with the ear, but rather rattled teeth and bones. No, he said flatly. Spike lifted his head challengingly. Are you scared? Damn it, Spike, you made me hurt my head. Ow! That was not smart. Spike! What are you doing, bro? Don't. They're right. Or Twilight's right when she says the dragons are proud. Green wings unfurled, and Spike was treated to yet another display of Razorfang's vastness. He shied away as the older dragon roared at him. The cavernous mouth glowed before him, the oily sheen of gas in the air, and Spike rubbed the sweat from his brow when the dragon had finished. Whoa. I almost fell back. You done now? He asked, his sardonic tone not quite hiding the trembling of his voice. Razorfang paused before sitting himself back on his haunches. His head towered over all but the very tallest of trees, and he utterly dwarfed the younger dragon. I am not scared of explaining myself, he said contemptuously. Spike also sat back on his haunches. Then explain. Why do I deserve to die for saving Fluttershy? Razorfang ignored that, and regarded Spike for a long moment. You need work on your landings, he sneered. Spike huffed smoke through his nostrils in frustration. Do you always ignore questions you don't like? That was blithely ignored as well. You dragged your hind feet, tripped, and ended up snout first in that little lake. Razorfang smirked. You have to stretch out your forelegs and not land neatly. Spike scowled. It was my first landing. I think I did okay. Damn it, Spike. Don't question the sensi, bro. I'm siding with Razorfang here. Well, not really, but... You would have done better without those useless creatures clinging to your back, muttered Razorfang. We're not gonna agree on that. Sorry, I have to pause. Is there people there? Hello? No one there. That's odd. Okay. We're not going to agree on that, Spike said through clenched fangs. Evidently not, Razorfang said sourly. But what did you think? Spike blurted, half standing again and his wings unfurling slightly. Did you see me dive? And I caught her and didn't hurt her at all. Razorfang sighed heavily, anger still lighting his orange eyes. It was... acceptable, he said. Oh, don't hurt yourself or anything, Spike rose. I thought it was awesome, and Rainbow Dash said so too. And who is this Rainbow Dash? Spike's chest puffed up once more. He tossed his head proudly. Only the fastest flyer in all of Equestria, that's all. She's one of the Wonderbolts. Oh, yeah. I forgot that. So many fics, so little time. And the only Pegasus to ever do a sonic rain boom. Ah, Razorfang glowered. One of your precious ponies. Spike bristled. Yeah, she's mine. Claws off. With such a praise from such a source, why do you require my opinion so badly? Asked Razorfang mockingly. Do you see any other dragons around here? Spike threw back. Of course I wanted to tell you. Anyway, I thought you'd be interested. You're the one who told me about the chess thing. This is really interesting, this whole hate. This whole... Is Razorfang his father? That would explain his hate. It's actually personal. Like, he's like... It's like, you know, this dude has a gay son, and he's not proud of it. Except instead it's a son who likes the pathetic ponies. That would be so epic! Razorfang seemed to rock back and forward for a moment, his eyes stricken, before he fixed Spike with a long, cool stare. It would have been dishonorable to kill a... Oh, leave off, Spike interrupted with a snort. I know you've been watching me, and you just admitted it. The great green dragon lowered his vast, sinuous body down to the ground and crossed his forelegs with arrogant nonchalance. You afford me some amusement, he said. I have not been so diverted for nearly a century. Spike wrinkled his snout. I don't dance on request, you know. Pity. Spike sighed. He should have known better than to expect more from a dragon who continually stated his intention to kill him. He sat back onto his haunches and glared at Razorfang. You're a bit of a jerk, you know that? Razorfang chuckled darkly. I was so excited about finally flying, Spike continued, his voice growing more heated. I was obviously an idiot to expect you to care about that. Yeah, you were. I bet you've never cared about anything. It's all distant and dragony and killing-y with you, isn't it? Razorfang's eyes widened before they slitted in anger. You have no idea of what you are talking about. Razorfang's a character. He has a secret. He growled. Then for Celestia's sake, explain, Spike exclaimed. Fine! Razorfang stood abruptly immense and threatening once more. You protect these foolish creatures. You are proud of it. You even claimed them as territory. Have you any idea of what they have done? Yeah, Spike said. They used to hunt us. We were numerous. We were powerful. And we hunted them. Oh, yes, Razorfang bellowed. We hunted the wretched mammals in return. And why not? They called us rogues and monsters and forced us from our territories. They drove us away. They sent their tricks and their avalanches and their ambushes, smashing in our heads with boulders, piercing us with harpoons and killing us as we took our century-long sleep. And you stand here, swearing by the gods, saving them, and calling them yours. They are mine, Spike retorted. This is kind of like terrorism, where there's like a history, and long ago, this is what happened. Maybe terrorism isn't the best thing to say, but they will use you and discard you, Razorfang hissed. They won't. If they cannot drive you out, they will kill you, Razorfang raged. As they have always done, Spike swallowed. They're not all the same, he said, and to his ears it sounded weak, even if he was telling the truth. They're my family. They'd never hurt me. Until twilight dies. The horrible death threat from that morning flickered into mind. He dismissed it roughly. Razorfang bared his teeth. Your family were dragons, he snarled. Imagine if they could see you now, little mammal, in a dragon's skin. Well, they can't, can they? Spike said furiously. Because they're dead. Razorfang. And who killed them, little hatchling? Razorfang demanded. Who killed them? Spike held his gaze for a moment, and then his eyes dropped to his feet. I thought so, Razorfang rumbled in vicious, joyless victory. I still think it's Razorfang. It was a long time ago, Spike mumbled. A long time to a pony is no time at all to a dragon, Razorfang said, with silky menace. Spike squared himself. It doesn't matter, he said. They are my family now. They're raising me and helping me, and they're the ones that love me. What else makes a family? Razorfang glared at him, breathing heavily. Spike regarded the furious older dragon, his mind racing, and abruptly a realization struck. Oh, he said blankly. Oh, this is personal, isn't it? Huge green claws raked at the ground. You will leave, Razorfang grated. Who died? Razorfang slitted at pupils in expanded shock. What? Some pony, some dragon died. Some dragon close to you. Spike tipped his head and studied Razorfang. His heaving chest, his wild eyes. Ponies were behind it, weren't they? I knew it! Well, not that specifically, but we're getting there. There was a long, loaded silence full of hatred. My mate, Razorfang eventually grounded out. My 2 children. Remember, he had 2 brothers and they died, and it's totally true. I think it was 2 children. I don't know. I'm sorry for geeking out. Spike bowed his head. I'm sorry, he murmured. As you say, Razorfang bit sarcastically. It was a long time ago. No time at all, Spike said quietly. To a father. Indeed! Okay. Razorfang's eyes slid shut with dreadful finality at that word. His mighty body seemed to stiffen with pain, and a low moan escaped him. Spike squeezed his eyes closed as well, unable to bear the sound of the dragon's mourning. It was purest agony, made audible. They were so strong, my sons, Razorfang said in a rasping voice. I was so proud of them. They grew to be such fine dragons. My boys. My 2 boys. And Spike was the one that wasn't strong. He swayed slightly, his mammoth head hanging low. It has been so long. So very, very long. See, the thing is, he assumed the son was dead. Spike understood something then. Razorfang was lonely. He was old, alone, sorrowing and angry, and utterly weary of being old, alone, sorrowing and angry. He peered up at the fierce, hooked face with a great pity welling up in his heart. You stayed with their mother, then? He asked. Razorfang snorted softly. She had to chase me off. I returned as many times as I could to watch our boys grow, and pay court to her again and again. Oh, but she was lovely, lovely, lovely. That still sort of fits. Her eyes sparkled red as rubies. She knew all the old songs and chants by heart, and she loved to fly. He opened his great orange eyes, and they were soft and longing. She so loved to fly. "How did it happen?" Spike asked, his voice hushed. "They would not leave her cave," Razor Fang said, rage flickering in tone. "The mammals asked and threatened and pleaded, but she would not leave the place that was hers, had been hers for centuries. They had been her clan's for time out of mind. They bided their time, and when it came, they took their chance. They waited until she began the long sleep, and they collapsed the cave. A boulder crushed her skull." Spike's breathing stopped entirely. Razorfang continued haltingly, his deep, sonorous voice the very sound of grief. My sons flew black. My sons flew back to their hatching place when they heard of it, and killed all responsible. Then the mammals rose up and destroyed them as well." He lifted his chin, his snake-like throat convulsing as he swallowed laboriously. "They were so young," he rasped. "They were barely grown." "What about you?" Spike whispered, horrified. The booming, rasping voice dwindled to a rough whisper. "I awoke 60 years later." Spike took a hesitant step towards the giant creature. Razorfang's eyes flicked towards them wearily, and Spike sat down once more. "Razorfang," he began, and then stopped. "There is nothing you can say," Razorfang rumbled painfully. "I told you before. You cannot possibly understand. You are barely hatched." "But I can sympathize," said Spike, remembering Zekora's words, and bowing his head again, his shoulders slumping. "I'm so sorry, Razorfang. I'm so sorry." Razorfang grunted, shifting his shoulders. He looked somehow perturbed by Spike's apology. "Well, enough. It is done and gone, and they are lost to me forever. But you have discovered something, I take it?" Spike gave a half shrug. "I don't know how to feel about it," he said, feeling uncomfortable and slightly exposed. "What happened?" "My mother died while I was still in the egg," he mumbled unhappily. "My father had left. An explorer killed her, and took my egg for a trophy. There were 2 others. He left them there alone." "Oh, the 2... Okay, calm down. Razorfang snarled in an undertone. Your clutchmates, stolen from you, and yet you still protect them." "They're not all like that," Spike insisted. "Some of them are, sure, but not all." "Are all dragons alike?" Razorfang frowned. "Of course not." "There you go, then," Spike said, nodding. "Neither are ponies." "Surely you must wish revenge." "That explorer has been dead for 87 years. Would punishing every pony else bring my mother back?" "My clutchmates?" Spike tested the unfamiliar word. "They were your family," Razorfang persisted. "They were," Spike allowed, "but my family is made of ponies now, and I'm not going to turn on them for mistakes of the past. Not ever." "I think you are foolish, little one," Razorfang sighed, "but I cannot fault your loyalty." "Like I said," Spike stood, stretching and looking up at the sky. The stars were beginning to wink within its depths. "They've raised me, and helped me, and loved me. I know they'll never hurt me. They have faith in me. Why shouldn't I have faith in them?" "'Cause they're gonna die." Green eyes met orange, and this time Spike didn't drop his gaze. He steadily returned Razorfang's stare. Finally, the older dragon shook his head slightly before lowering to its forepaws. "We will never agree," he rumbled darkly. "Probably not," Spike said sadly, and turned to go. "And Razorfang's gonna be all like, 'What? He's my son? Oh, I can't kill him, but do I have to? Ah, There's gonna be all this stuff. Ugh. Oh, no. Spike's gonna figure it out, and then he's gonna try to tell Razorfang, and Razorfang will be all angry, because it'll be hard for him to cope that his son is a pony lover. Totes. Razorfang's voice made him pause. "Spike," he said, in distant rumble, "it was a fine first flight." "Thanks for the help," Spike said, in a subdued voice. "Good night." "Good night." Spike turned and began to lope back to the village, wings spreading for the downbeat. As he climbed into the air, Orange Eyes watched him go with sorrow lingering in their depths. "This next part looks cool. Should I read it?" "Don't let any pony tell you who you are or aren't." "Okay, you know what? Oh, well, no, 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 no. That's it. This could be the last part. I don't know. You guys complain hell a lot. Otherwise, you go bye bye. Bye bye.